It's 10 a.m. on WKYT Midmorning. Two semis crash on Interstate 64 and one tied up traffic for hours. The other sent a driver to the hospital.
Police are investigating a shooting at a Central Kentucky gas station where no one was hurt because of what police say the clerk did.
And remembering Nancy Reagan, who many say redefined the role of American First Lady.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning to you on this Monday that seems like a spring day out there. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Seems like a spring week
It does.
ahead, and isn't that nice? We've had a little taste, but they didn't last that long.
You're right, and we deserve this, don't we?
Yes,
After all that
bring it
wintry
on.
weather. Let's check in. Meteorologist Micah Harris is on duty. Good morning. Tell us the good news.
Yeah, the good news is it's just going to go up from here on out, especially all the way throughout your work week. Off towards your weekend, it gets a little rainy, but for the most part, now through, I would say, Thursday, we're mainly dry. Outside, live sky camera, it looks like it could rain on you at any time. But what we have is we have the rain back toward the west. I mean, you got to get out of even western Kentucky to actually see some of that rain. So it's throwing off the cloud cover. It's not stopping our temperatures, though. We are already in the mid-50s. We'll finish off right around 68 degrees later on this afternoon. Get some peaks of sunshine here and there. Obviously, it's going to be about this spring weather. How long do we stay dry? How many days are we going to have really nice temperatures? I'm going to have that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you. Traffic is moving again on a stretch of Interstate 64 after an early morning crash.
A semi ran off the road and into a tree in Carter County just before 4 o'clock this morning. That semi was hauling thousands of gallons of propane. Now, as a precaution, crews shut down I-64 eastbound between Moorhead and Olive Hill. The driver was not hurt. The interstate reopened a little after 7 this morning. The driver of a semi that crashed overnight in Woodford County was sent to the hospital. For sales, police say the driver ran off I-64 and in between two bridges, crashing onto Woodlake Road that runs under the interstate. That road was shut down for a few hours. We don't know how the driver is doing this morning.
Well, tomorrow, a handful of voters scattered across Kentucky will determine the fate of the only Democratic legislative chamber left in the South. One of 4 special elections is in Scott County, where Republican Philip Pratt will take on Democrat Chuck Tackett. The winner of that will replace Ryan Quarles, who won the election last November for State Agriculture Commissioner. Voters go to the polls as well in Owen and a part of Fayette County in that district there. Well, now, Republican Daniel Elliott and Democrat Bill Noker are vying for the House District number 54 in the Danville area in Boyle County. That seat was left open when State Representative Mike Harmon won election as state auditor. There will also be a special election in northern Kentucky, one in western Kentucky as well. Republicans could earn a 50-50 split in the House if they sweep tomorrow's special elections. This afternoon, Kentucky's Secretary of State will be urging lawmakers to support a bill that would change when you can vote. House Bill 290 would allow people to vote early without giving a reason. To vote absentee now in Kentucky, you have to give the state a qualifying reason for why you are not able to make it to your polling place on Election Day. If House Bill 290 is adopted, it would allow people to vote early in the November presidential election.
This morning, the Republican Party of Kentucky is assessing the weekend caucus. It was the first caucus in Kentucky in decades. Party leaders were not sure what to expect. 229,000 people turned out to vote Saturday. That's more than in the 2012 Republican presidential primary. Donald Trump gained the most delegates from Kentucky's caucus. Ted Cruz came in a close second. Kentucky's Democratic presidential primary is May 17th. A Franklin County gas station clerk is being credited with saving a man's life.
The sheriff says 2 men started fighting right inside the BP station off 127 North in Frankfort. The fighting then escalated. The clerk, Alex Stiggers, then stepped in. While he was distracting one man, the other ran to his car. But then several shots were fired at that car.
He told me that as brave as it was and as stupid as it was, I saved his life. Well, I just view it as doing what any human person should do. It's just the way you should take care of the world.
No one was hurt in all of that, and Stiggers says he was able to get the car's license plate number and turn that over to authorities. A card game at a Lexington business ended early when shots were fired. Police say several people were playing cards in a back room at Prime Cuts Barbershop on Legends Lane when two men forced their way in through the front door. Both sides exchanged gunfire. Police say no one was hurt and no arrests have been made.
A report of a stolen purse led police to find two adults passed out in front of three children. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office says Natasha Fox was identified as the theft suspect. When a deputy went to her home, police say a child came to the door and said Fox would not wake up. Police say Matthew Watson was also passed out, and they found pills and what looked to be crystal meth in the house. A West Virginia boy says the man accused of killing a Kentucky girl last year tried to lure him into a car. Timothy Madden is facing several charges, including rape and murder, for the November death of 7-year-old Gabriella Doolin. According to a state police affidavit, Madden was identified as the same man who asked two little boys, that is, to get into his car at a West Virginia gas station a month before Doolin was murdered.
The country is mourning the loss of former First Lady Nancy Reagan. She's being remembered as a fierce protector of her husband and one who redefined the role of First Lady. Mrs. Reagan died yesterday at her Los Angeles home of congestive heart failure. She was 94. She will be buried beside former President Ronald Reagan at the Reagan Presidential Library and Museum in Simi Valley, California. In early November of 1984, then First Lady Nancy Reagan visited Shriners Hospital in Lexington. Her visit was part of a political campaign trip for the upcoming election, which was the following Tuesday. The 1984 visit to Lexington was her only solo visit to Kentucky while she was First Lady.
The Democratic candidates for president are turning their attention to Michigan. Hillary Clinton and Senator Bernie Sanders tangled during a CNN debate last night in Flint, Michigan. Both candidates called for Michigan's governor to resign amidst the ongoing water crisis there. They also went head-to-head on their differences in economic policy.
I voted to save the auto industry. He voted against the money that ended up saving the auto industry.
If you are talking about the Wall Street bailout, where some of your friends destroyed this economy, excuse me, I'm talking.
Earlier in the night, Sanders snagged his 8th presidential contest win in Maine. On the Republican side, Florida Senator Marco Rubio picked up all 23 delegates in Puerto Rico. Denver Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning is retiring as a champion. The 39-year-old will announce today that he's ending his 18-year NFL career. The 5-time MVP owns dozens of NFL passing records. He led Denver to victory over Carolina in Super Bowl 50.
What a career, huh?
And it's a great way to go out on that high. Well, it's March, and the madness is about to begin.
Kentucky is the 2 seed in this year's SEC tournament, and they will have a double bye. That means their first game will be Friday night against the winner of the Ole Miss-Alabama game. The favorable bracket puts Kentucky on the opposite side of Texas A&M, LSU, and Vandy.
All right,
so that's going to be fun.
Starts on Friday night. Keep it right here on Mid-Morning. One Utah family is happy to have their dog back home after she was stranded on frozen lake for days.
We'll have the details of her dramatic rescue coming up after Micah's weather.
Yeah, it's going to be a really nice string of 70s across the region. Today is actually your coolest day in the forecast, and it's going to be there in the 60s. I'll show you really high temperatures coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Looking at live sky camera outside and a lot of clouds out and about. Now, we will get some mixing going on and actually get at least some peaks of sunshine here and there. Won't be full-blown sunshine, but all in all, it'll be a pretty nice day once we approach the afternoon hours. 54 degrees now in Lexington. That goes for Richmond. Moorhead at 54. Things are looking much better there across I-64 going eastbound. 58 now in Monticello as you work your way into southern Kentucky. Now we get into the rest of the afternoon and we'll be there in the 60s for the most part. I don't see a good chance at actually reaching 70 today, but that comes tomorrow and the next several days after that. 67 is what we're going to be looking at for Lexington later on this afternoon. 60s anywhere you look, really. We get overnight off into the evening, and things look just fine if you're heading out to dinner. Overnight and into tomorrow morning, we'll finish off in the 40s and 50s, pretty much where we were this morning. It's basically where we're going to be tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. coming in the lower 50s. Then we head off toward tomorrow. Look at all the 70s showing up. There by 3 to 4 p.m. 70 degrees there in Moorhead. That goes for Mount Sterling and Lexington. Go down into Richmond at 70 degrees, and then far southbound there in the lower 70s. And it gets even warmer than that as we string through the next few days after that. Wednesday and Thursday look to be your warmest days, being in the mid 70s, and even some particular models showing up 78, 79 degrees. Could we be pushing 80? I highly doubt that. We'll see if we get a little bit closer if those models continue to trend upward, but I highly doubt we'll actually see 80 degrees there in the forecast. Most of us staying in the 70s. And not only that, but we stay dry. Even though it looks like it's going to rain outside, we're still staying dry. All the rain's back toward our west, and we stay that way all the way through Wednesday and maybe even Thursday. The rain does move in later on Friday and off into your weekend, as you can see there on your 7-day forecast. Here is your look outside. And 68 today, 72, 74, 76. Those are your next few days after that. Remember, Thursday's only a small chance of rain there in the forecast. So we could stay dry for the most part all the way through Thursday. But I think Friday we start to get a little bit closer with the system approaching from the west. And that will bring in those chances of rain Friday into your weekend. More than likely, still not sold on a complete washout there Friday into your weekend. But more than likely we'll have to watch that and see as it gets a little bit closer, is it going to have all that moisture to go along with it? So we'll see how that turns out. But as of right now, expect those chances.
And we know you'll keep watching it.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Consider a little backup plan if you look at the weekend.
That's right.
Outside activities. All right.
Well, in Utah, it was all bark and some frostbite for one family's dog.
Yes, Sadie survived 4 days and 3 nights on ice. Her owner called for help, and her brother tried to save Sadie twice in a canoe, but she would just run away when he got close. To make matters worse, the ice was melting, so the county sheriff's department out there stepped in. The cell phone video shows the dramatic rescue. Keep eye on Sadie there. You can see she was out in that water until the rescuer finally gets to her and pulls her safely in. So
Imagine how
ending.
Frustrating that was for the family, though,
Oh, yeah,
knowing
just to
where
see her
Sadie
out there.
was and
Right.
they couldn't get to her. So
Yeah.
great thing that they did, saving Sadie. Well, a new film about a Holocaust survivor bent on getting revenge opens this week. And get ready for the hottest swim show of the year.
Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
The Victoria's Secret swim special featuring some of the world's most beautiful women airs this Wednesday on CBS. Pop stars Demi Lovato and Nick Jonas will perform. You can see all of the angels in their swimwear beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern. Oscar-winning actor Christopher Plummer stars in the upcoming film Remember. Plummer plays a man with dementia who sets out on a cross-country journey to hunt down the former Nazi that killed his family.
You must kill him.
Plummer reads a letter every morning to remind himself about his mission. The film's director says this story is unique.
The film is about memory in a much grander and much deeper sense, which is our sense of what is history.
Remember opens in theaters Friday. And Academy Award winner Sally Field returns to the big screen in the new dramedy Hello, My Name is Doris.
Did that on purpose, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
It's a May-December romance with a twist. Field plays a 60-something office worker named Doris who falls for a much younger colleague.
Doris is compelled by John, and it pulls her out of her hidden environment where she's been.
Hello, My Name is Doris arrives in theaters Friday.
Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Hollywood.
Seems fun.
Interesting flick, that's right. Well, like father, like son, Brad Calipari is becoming a Wildcat.
And what that means for the Cats and Coach Cal, next on WKYT. Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $157 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot, $50 million.
Welcome back in. Great to have you with us on WKYT at Mid-Morning. Big news for the Big Blue Nation. Coach Cal's son, Brad, is joining the Kentucky Wildcats.
And our Dick Gabriel is here with us. with his take on it. Glad to have you in this morning.
I missed the memo on the red. I'm
sorry about. Oh yeah, Micah had red as well.
Yeah.
You're right. We understand. Well, we're talking.
But you look great.
Talking big blue.
Yeah,
anyway.
and you got your UK on, so you're okay.
All right. So give us some perspective. What does this mean once it all shakes out? That Brad Calipari will be a Wildcat?
Well, I'll tell you what. To a lot of Kentucky fans, they see it as the indication that their coach is going to stick around because Calipari had said this could keep me here. You know, and no coach will ever say I am. You know, because if an NBA team rolls up with a truck full of $120 million, Brad Calipari can play anywhere, you know. But I think a lot of coaches love the opportunity to coach their son. Some do not. Some tell their sons it's not a good thing and go on. But there is a tradition of this at Kentucky. Herky Rupp played for his father. Didn't play much, but played for Adolph Rupp. Now, Joe Hall's son did not. Billy Gillespie had no kids, but as we know, Saul Smith played for Tubby.
Yep.
And that was a bit of a problem, too, because there were a couple of point guards out there people thought Tubby should have been recruiting. Instead, he named his son the starter. And by the time he left, Saul was a serviceable point guard. Eddie Sutton's son, Sean, was here, and a lot of people didn't like that. When he went to Oklahoma State, he became a really good point guard. Nobody, I believe, thinks Brad is going to take over and become the next John Wall. But it should be fun.
Well, and is it much of a surprise? Has it been in the works for a while?
I can't say what's going on between father and son, but I doubt if anyone was surprised. Because Brad was a nice player when he was playing his high school ball here at LCA. And then, of course, spent his last season at a prep school and was a good player there. Would he have been recruited if his name were Calipari? Probably not, with all due respect. But good enough to where he can contribute. Look, most of Calipari's walk-ons have had familial connections, either friends or, you know, friends of friends and things like that. So not a shock.
Yeah. What do you think that dynamic would be like on the court and in the locker room? You know, with the
That is a great question. That is a great question. Can you say something to your teammate and really know that it might not or won't get back to the coach? That is a burden that every son has to bear who plays for his father. Fortunately, he probably won't be taking minutes from someone who thinks they ought to get them. But you remember the great Al McGuire, his son played for him and was a good player and played a lot. And he would tell his players, you have to be a lot better than this guy because I'm sleeping with his mother.
Yeah, it does put the pressure
This
on.
is
That's
not
right.
the case here, though, Brad.
Just quickly, heading into the SEC tournament, a lot of confidence with the Cats right now.
They are clearly playing their best basketball, and this is what you want, obviously, at this time. And the fact that Scalaby's here now has made some big-time plays. Alex Poitras seems to be a lot healthier. Those are the keys. We know what the three guards can do. The guys underneath the bucket have to get it done.
And a good.
And they did it over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Good seed getting all the way to Friday night before they have to play. All right, Dick, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We'll keep it right here this mid-morning.
Yeah, next we'll check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen and see what's cooking up here early in the brand new week.
So glad you're with us today. Okay, ground beef and Italian sausage are layered between tender cooked noodles, classic ricotta cheese, and spaghetti sauce to make this a meal to remember. Are you hungry now?
Everything but the kitchen sink, right? Today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, it is meat lovers lasagna.
You know, lasagna is one of those dishes that we really love. Yet for one reason or another, we just don't make it nearly as often as we'd like. When I ask people why that is, they say, because it's too complicated. Well, guess what? It's not. And today we're going to prove that. After cooking and draining some lasagna noodles, we lay them out on a cookie sheet. While those sit for a sec, we brown a mixture of ground beef and Italian sausage, crumbling it while it cooks. Now, all we do is spread a little spaghetti sauce on the bottom of a baking dish, and the rest of it we add to our skillet. Next, we place 3 noodles over the sauce and top them with a layer of ricotta cheese that we mix with a little Parmesan, an egg, some chopped parsley, and a few spices. We blanket that with some sliced mozzarella cheese and our meat sauce. Then we repeat that 2 more times, and it's ready to bake. See, I told you it was easy. The big reward comes when you cut through all the layers of the tender noodles, the meaty sauce, and the creamy cheese filling. I hope you'll go online and get the recipe for what we call Meat Lovers Lasagna, so you can whip up this Italian classic anytime you want. I'm Howard with Kelly, our resident Italian in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an old world way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Fight over that one. It looked pretty good.
All of us actually like that one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's look at a good-looking forecast, too. 68 by the afternoon. It actually gets even better than that, 70s the next several days as we continue to see those temperatures climb and climb and climb. Now, the next few days, Monday through maybe even Thursday, we'll see how it turns out when we get a little bit closer, but Monday through Thursday, today through Thursday, we're looking at mainly dry conditions. Then we hit Friday off into your weekend, and that's when things start to change. That's when we start to see that system that's back toward the west. Basically what it's doing, guys, it's just spinning out there, and that's throwing some rain across the Mississippi Valley region, and they're going to have one day after another. Then it gets a little bit closer to us, and we'll have, once it actually enters the region, we'll have Friday when it starts off. Saturday, it just continues to spin over the region. Sunday as well, maybe off into next week too. But one thing I do not see, a big hit of cold air. Not anytime soon, so there's some good news for some of us spring lovers.
Yes, thank you.
We are ready for that. Thank you so much for being with us on WKYT Mid-Morning.
We'll see you back here at noon. Make it a great day, everybody.